First Amendment aside, that's a pretty bold way to talk to a law enforcement officer. I'm Peter Bush.
First Amendment aside, I'm Peter Bush. First Amendment aside.
With the current climate we as a nation have witnessed over the past few years involving police interactions with the public, it wouldn't be unreasonable to say that a few bad apples continue to hang from the trees of justice. Independent journalists such as myself and others take time out of our days and lives to document and report on police misconduct throughout the nation.
I have! You keep fucking yelling at me, you're going to fucking jail, I'm telling you right now!
Speaking for myself, I can tell you that I am definitely not anti-law enforcement. But, with that being said, I've witnessed my fair share of these bad apples on numerous occasions. When we the people are supposed to put our faith, our trust in these men and women in uniform, it's disheartening to continuously witness these few bad apples escalate situations to levels they never needed to be escalated to.
Let D3 know that the 13th Papa from the other night with the vest on, the guy that follows us around, he's back.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another exciting video from Open Government Investigations. Once again, the Lee County Sheriff's Office has shown its lack of ability to de-escalate situations when dealing with the public. Numerous times, Sheriff Carmine Marceno went to NBC2 and boasted about his department's ability to remain proficient in, quote, de-escalation tactics.
Sheriff Carmine Marceno making his feelings clear.
I'm proud of how they acted on scene, and our training, our de-escalation training, is proven now that we are able to take that kind of verbal abuse and still be very professional and courteous and do our job.
Sheriff Marceno says these men crossed a line and put your safety on the line.
It's harassing. It influences how we do our job, okay, and it's unacceptable. It really is. You got multiple units on scene, and those units could be helping someone in a life-death situation somewhere else.
The two men were not arrested in Lehigh Acres. Christy Soto, NBC2.
And numerous times, we have shed light on his department's failure to back up that bold claim.
I have! You keep fucking yelling at me, you're going to fucking jail, I'm telling you right now!
Once again, we were able to capture another incident where Lee County Sheriff's Office Deputy Hague, ID number 19050, escalates a situation that did not need to be escalated. This time, however, another deputy stepped in and corrected the deputy before he could escalate further. I would like to ask everyone watching this video to do me a favor by calling into the Lee County Sheriff's Office and commending Deputy Sidoti for de-escalating the situation where Deputy Hague wanted to escalate by raising his voice at a distraught and clearly upset woman.
Yeah, 774.
I'm not trying to, I'm sitting here and I just want to report. Okay, you're trying to ask, I don't care what you said, alright? I'm getting in the car, let's be honest, I don't care. I'm working, I've been 1 hour shift, I want to go home, but now I'm
listen, I understand you're upset, I'm just trying to explain everything. Don't tell me about working, we're all working the same shifts.
I get it, I get it.
I'm trying to let you know how this is going to go about and what you could do, okay? I'm just letting you know what's going on. There's a call. Listen, I'm telling you, I understand everything you did. I'm advising you next time to stay where you are. It's not okay if you're going after somebody.
I did an accident at that intersection and you guys go pull the cameras and then you guys don't find out who
Okay, ready? Because now I'm going to talk, because now since you're not letting me talk, and listen to me, I'm telling you, you're not going to,
Oh, she's tapping him. I know he wants to be compassionate.
I'm just trying to tell you for your safety.
Oh, for her safety.
with your handicap, they can go this and that. We could also get into control. Do you want to be checked out by the control? The right thing? No. Would you like them to come out and check you out here and then they'll leave?
Can I just have your license, registration, insurance, everything, and then I'll for your credit card?
So I guess, sorry, 1 second, guys. Alright, give me 2 seconds, I'll start filling you guys in. Do me a favor, get people ready to start calling the Lee County Sheriff's Office. We're going to actually be commending this female officer. I know she probably did it because she knew that I was sitting here recording. But this male officer that's walking up was starting to get hostile with the lady here in the black GMC.
At this point, the sister of the victim had shown up, and I felt that the situation was safe for the female to be left outside of the camera's view. I decided to take the opportunity to approach the escalating officer's vehicle to ascertain his ID.
1323. Hey.
Sorry, sir.
You're right. Can I get your name and ID, please?
Sure, Deputy T. Hague.
T. Hague? How do you spell
T.
that?
Hague, H-A-G-U-E.
Oh, Hague, H-A-G-U-E.
Badge number 19050.
19050?
Yes, sir.
Alright, thank you. Alright, guys, so Hague, H-A-G-U-E, was the deputy that started to escalate the situation by yelling at the female. I do have that on Bodycam. And we're going to get the female deputy's information momentarily. So, are you okay? Okay. I'm sorry he yelled at you. That wasn't cool. Yeah, no, I got it on body cam, and I got her tugging his shoulder when he started doing that, and she pointed over at me, so. I'll get this guy going over to my car.
Yeah, I saw you as soon as I got into your house.
Hey, how's it going? You gonna take a picture of the tag?
No, right here. I'm not taking any pictures.
I was gonna say, because the tag doesn't come back to me. Can I get your name and ID?
I'm sorry?
Can I get your name and ID?
Sergeant Rosario, 451.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Sergeant what?
Rosario, 05147.
Rosario? Alright, thank you. Oh, and can I get your name and ID, please?
Yeah, Sidoti.
Padoti?
Sidoti.
Sorry, let me.
Sidoti.
Oh, Sidoti, S-I-D-O-T-I. Thank you, by the way, for stopping him, because that was bullshit. I mean, Carmine literally was on the news talking about you guys' de-escalation training.
Sheriff Carmine Marcino making his feelings clear.
I'm proud of how they acted on scene, and our training, our de-escalation training, is proven now that we are able to take that kind of verbal abuse and still be very professional and courteous and do our job.
Are you headed out? Are you leaving?
Is that okay?
No, I wanted to talk to you real quick. If that's all right with you. It's up to you. I was basically gonna say, I mean, like, when you have Sheriff Carmine going to NBC2 crying and saying, talk about, you know, de-escalation and stuff like that. I mean, obviously she's hysterical, man. Like, you raising your voice at her like that wasn't professional. You know, and again, you know, good thing she saw that I was standing there, because, you know, and I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I'm just saying, like, you never know what people are going through, man.
We appreciate that.
Yep. Have a safe evening.
So again, I'm asking the leadership of Lee County Sheriff's Office, especially you, Sheriff Carmine Marceno, how many more times are we going to capture your deputies, escalate situations, and treat the citizens of Lee County with disrespect? Are you proud of how Deputy Hague acted on scene? Was your de-escalation training, quote, proven now, based on how Deputy Hague proceeded to raise his voice and escalate the situation with the victim of a hit-and-run crash? Was Deputy Hague able to take, by your definition, quote, verbal abuse and still be professional and courteous? If so, why did Deputy Sidoti have to step in and tug on his shoulder to get him to lower his voice? What would have happened to the female hit-and-run victim if my cameras weren't there? Is it normal for your male officers to raise their voice when a female citizen is dealing with an emotionally stressful situation? Is raising his voice proper de-escalation procedures? Are you going to hold another, quote, partnership with the NAACP or another woman-focused advocacy group so that you can teach females how to properly deal with law enforcement? We both note these are rhetorical questions, and unfortunate for you, we have amassed a significant number of individuals throughout your communities who have taken the time to inform us of the atrocities that happen outside of our camera's views, and due to your incompetence with transparency and complete disregard for treating the citizens of Lee County with respect. With that being said, I'd like to leave you on a personal note, Sheriff Carmine. Maybe you don't entirely remember who it is that I am. You see, we have a history that spans back almost a decade ago. Back when you were working under Collier County Sheriff's Office. Back when you attempted to make sexual advances with my mother after her husband had just passed away. Oh, do you not remember? The offerings to take her out on your boat and jet skis? You see, I remember, and so did my younger brother. So as a favor to all the women that you've sexually harassed and coerced into getting an abortion after you took advantage of their legal situation, I'll be keeping an extra special eye on you. You won't always know when. Myself or others will be watching, listening, recording. But when that time comes, just know that the truth will be seen and the truth will be told.
Let D3 know that the 13th Papa from the other night with the vest on, the guy that follows us around, he's back.